Good evening, Shalley. How are you?
Good evening, sir. I'm
Well,
fine.
congratulations. Another of your batchmate has got recommended
Yes,
today. Good, 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 good.
I saw your status, and I was like so happy that she also got recommended from
Yes,
our.
yes, I know. You've been one of those who've always thought about others कि चलो यार बाकियों का भी भला हो जाए, and that's what we've been propagating collaboration. Don't just think about yourself uh, and
एक्चुअली क्या हुआ था, हम लोग 6 जने रिकमेंड हुए थे, तो उसमें से एक अनफिट थी, तो वो एएम भी गई थी। तो आई वाज टेकिंग हर अपडेट की फिट हो गई ना। नाउ वी ऑल 6 आर फाइन नाउ, फिट नाउ। आई एम फाइन, लाइक आई
very
एम
nice, very
हैप्पी।
nice, very good, yeah, very good. See, this is Shelley, or like when we started, if you remember, तो हम लोग एक ही चीज के दो तीन चीजों के बारे में बात करते थे. Learn to live to learn. How
यस सर।
how can you collaborate? And I feel that I think in your online you broke that myth also कि ऐसा होता है कि लोगों को लगता है ऑनलाइन में कोई रिकमेंड नहीं हो पाते. It becomes difficult. People are not able to
यस
get the gist of how online training should be. You've appeared earlier also, Shelly. So just walk me through, what inspired you and what were you looking for when you joined us? And you're one of those few people who are very congenial, who are always there to help others. So how does it benefit? Matlab, should we go for? So I'm asking you a lot of questions at one go. One
यस
is online versus offline. So let's go one by one. What do you think? How one should approach the training for SSB?
Sir, what I believe, I really like your motto, learn to live to learn. I have seen that on your Instagram as well as on your page. So it is not concised only on offline. Like you can learn only when you are offline, when you are taking offline classes. You can learn when you are taking online classes as well. Like as you have mentioned, by sending our videos, you have given your reviews about that videos, like how we are doing, and then we improved according to that. So it is not concise to that thing only. And what I believe that offline classes also, if you are not appearing in those offline classes with a concentrated mind, then also you will not be able to learn in the offline classes as well. So whether it is online, whether it is offline, you have to learn with a concentrated mind. That's what I believe.
यू फॉरगॉट वन थिंग ना, बीच में कान भी खींचने पड़ते हैं ना. जब वीडियोस नहीं आते हैं, कितनी बार बोलने के बाद तुम लोगों ने.
Yes, sir. Totally.
What I fear most, because you are like some people who are previously recommended and some people who are who think that they know, like उनको पता होता है कि भाई चीजें पता है. I'm
Yes.
always scared of that. Like in armed forces, what happens is when we go for road opening parties and also we do the same thing day in and day out.
Yes, sir.
So if you hear Sunil Chhetri and all, they say कि do mundane things every day. Do those same things every day, and then you'll be successful.
यस सर।
So,
और यू हैव मेंशन्ड वन थिंग कि मुझे उनसे डर नहीं लगता जिनको ये नहीं पता। मुझे उनसे डर लगता है जिनको ये पता होता है कि उनको क्या नहीं करना।
मेरे को so what I always fear people who don't know anything. They are always okay because they don't know. तो कब खाली होता है ना, उसमें डालना आसान होता है.
यस।
प्रॉब्लम इज विद द पीपल हु नो एवरीथिंग, बिकॉज उनको ये नहीं पता होता कि उनको क्या नहीं पता. वो
यस।
बचपन में कहावत सुनते थे ना, चिराग तले अंधेरा और ये सब चीजें. क्योंकि वो एक एक कॉन्सेप्ट होता है जो हमारे दिमाग में होता है कि ठीक है, पिछली बार जो किया था उसको टेम्पलेट को रेप्लिकेट कर लो. एंड आई बीन टेलिंग सो मेनी ऑफ माई स्टूडेंट्स, दे हैव गॉन प्रीवियसली रिकमेंडेड एंड दे गॉट स्क्रीन्ड आउट.
यस सर।
एंड so what do you have to say about that?
सर व्हाट आई बिलीव कि हर बार सिचुएशन डिफरेंट होती है, तो उसके अकॉर्डिंग आपको एक्ट करना होता है। इट इज नॉट लाइक कि जो आपने पिछली बार करा था वही आप सेम इस बार कर लोगे तो आप रिकमेंड हो जाओगे। इट इज ऑलवेज डिफरेंट। हर बार मैंने 6 SSB दी है, हर बार मुझे कोई ना कोई डाउट होता है। हर बार नया डाउट होता है। इवन दो आई हैव डन दैट प्रोसेस 5 टाइम्स, फिर भी मेरे को सेम नया डाउट होता है। तो फिर आई एम लाइक कि यार एक बार थोड़ी सी गाइडेंस मिल जाती है इस बारे में भी। तो फिर टाइम अगर आपके पास गाइडेंस नहीं होती तो यू एक्ट अकॉर्डिंगली। तो वो आप कैसे एक्ट करते हो, दैट्स व्हाट मैटर्स।
With that to share with you, I have assessed so many people, I have trained so many, mentored so many students. फिर भी एक, even if you do for 50,000 ना, तो 50,000 one student जो होता है, because personality is different. So I was there for 4 years in SSB और मेरे last batch में ही ना बोला, अरे तेरा तो last batch है, happy batch है ये वो. But in last batch also you find somebody जो who puzzles you कि यार, because after all a human is assessing another human.
यस
So
सर।
obviously how best can one overcome this? A human is assessing another human, and there may be some biases involved. There may be at times, although the training is too hard, वो biases हटा दी जाती हैं. बट फिर भी एक बार दिमाग में रहता है कि यार पता नहीं सर, पता नहीं जीटीओ में से कैसे उनको क्या बात अच्छी लगी, क्या बात बुरी लगी, साइकोलॉजिस्ट को मेरा ये स्टोरी कैसे लगी, इंटरव्यूइंग ऑफिसर कैसे लगी। तो कैन यू जस्ट वॉक मी थ्रू ऑल द थ्री टेक्निक्स, लाइक हमने एक पर्टिकुलर प्रोसेस अप्रोच किया आप लोगों के साथ। So all the three techniques, how did you find, what was different this time that was there when previously?
सर फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल द वेरी फर्स्ट थिंग जो कि पीपीडीटी होता है, तो लाइक मैं सबकी तरह पहले जैसे सब बोलते हैं ना, इन द पिक्चर हैव परसीव दिस दिस दिस, तो सर ने मुझे कहा था कि इट इज नॉट नेसेसरी कि यही सेम पैटर्न आपको फॉलो करना है। यू कैन स्टार्ट योर स्टोरी बाय योर ओन, जैसे आपको स्टोरी स्टार्ट करनी है, दैट इज अप टू यू। तो दिस टाइम ऑल्सो, लाइक दिस इज द फर्स्ट टाइम आई हैव चेंज्ड माय पीपीटी नरेशन।
After 5 attempts, huh? You changed it first time. Chalo, good. I'm happy.
I have changed my like how to narrate, so I have changed that. So this time, I think that was the main thing that has helped me in the narration to come out different in the whole group. So that was one thing. And then, like as sir have mentioned during my interview process, so there are three processes: interview, psychology test, and G2. So during interview, he has taken my interview, mock interview. So he's like, you like he has given me a review about my interview, that it seems like you are getting off from the conversation, so in the middle of the conversation. So like, are you not interested in talking? So I'm like, no sir, I am interested in talking. So then he told me that conversation should be one on one and should be interesting. If
Correct.
you are not interested, then how will your interviewer will be interested in you?
Correct. Correct.
So that's
No,
what.
sorry, pausing here. I remember when you were not replying back to my messages, I probably you had gone. मैंने कहा I hauled up everybody, even your parents, and you know कि कहाँ है वो, उसको बुलाओ, उसका last 5-6 दिन बचे हैं, and she thinks that she'll make it, but नहीं, हमें we have to force her to start practicing now. I remember that. You know, it happens. Yeah, please go ahead. Please go ahead.
So that was one thing that, like after my 5 interviews, I was not aware that my conversation does not seems like engaging conversation. So that's what I have improved during my actual interview. And in terms of GTO, like you have mentioned about the videos and everything, that has helped me a lot in my group task also. And uh, in the obstacles, like the main PGT, HGT, the way you have mentioned everything about where to put the plank and how we can move forward, and the main thing is to move forward and to take the people back of you. So that was has helped me. Like all, I always be like, last time in my last interview, I was at the back side, my chest number was 30, so it was really difficult for me to take that fanta and everything. So you have mentioned either be executive, the person who is executing, or either be the one who is giving the ideas. So I always made sure that I'm in one of those two, and not
No, I
the one who is
remember
standing
you.
by.
I remember you mentioning in one of those classes that sir, मौका नहीं मिलता है, लोग तो खुद ही सब कुछ उठा लेते हैं.
Yes, sir.
And you know, this is where the essence of our online and offline training we keep talking about, क्योंकि conceptual grounding is something that we also look at कि यार ऐसा नहीं है कि आप खाली मदद, क्योंकि if there are 10 solutions overall, if you see in a group, will be able to find 10 या 12 solution, आपको सारे नहीं निकालने हैं ना, you can be one of the
Yes, sir.
helpers. And see, the tasks are not that high फंडू की मतलब सभी solutions ही निकाल के देने हैं. It can be a simpler thing also, like helping people out. Finally, as an officer, this is what is expected out of you. And I think you are the one of those few ones who you understood that orbit भी है, सर थोड़ा बाहर भी जाना है, थोड़ा अंदर भी आना है. You have to give others also opportunity. Probably you used it well. Yes. Yeah. Please go ahead. Please.
Yes. So that was the one thing I made sure that I should be the one who is executing. Otherwise, I should be the one who is giving the ideas. I am not going to left behind the white line and just not saying anything. So I made sure that in my GTO task, and in my third task, that is psychology. So earlier I was not able to complete my VAT. Like I was missing one or two VAT in the middle of the whole VAT. So this time I made sure. Sir has told me that either in one or two sentences you can write a personal sentence. So for those words, like I earlier I was not writing those sentences, personal sentences. So this time I have completed all my vats, all my stories, and also my SRTs and SDs. So SRT is like, sir has told me to complete at least more than 48. So this time I made sure that I touched that line, because it's like, he told me that you don't have to mention he will, she will, this. You are wasting your time in that only. So
I'm
either
so, yeah,
write
I'll just,
the
yeah, I'll just pause you here, Shelley. I think what you're mentioning is that there's so many apprehension in everybody's mind. क्योंकि वो
yes,
YouTube में चैनल देख देख के ना सबके दिमाग में और इधर उधर कि अच्छा ऐसे मत करना, ये मत करना, वो मत करना, देयर नो पत्थर की लकीर, एवरी पर्सनालिटी इज डिफरेंट, कैसे अडाप्ट कर सकते हो आप, कैसे, एंड इन द एंड व्हेन वी डू अ क्यूमुलेटिव debrief, I think overall holistically picture, when I presented it to you, in fact to your uncle also who recommended you to me, मैंने कहा इसको ये 100% रिकमेंड हो जाएगी, इसको सिर्फ ढीला नहीं पड़ना है, तो फौज में हम वर्ड यूज करते हैं ढीला, बिकॉज what happens is that we become so over, either we become overconfident or we become underconfident, यार 5 बार हो गया अभी तक नहीं हुआ,
yes
और
sir.
और भी become overconfident कि ठीक है 5 बार कर लिया, इस बार भी कर लेंगे. And
Yes sir.
the whole point in our team investing that much of time in you or people like you is that uh, you should be able to do things which you is in your comfort zone, because we can't put that same template. Like अब आपके batch से ही today another person got recommended, Abhilasha. In fact, you were the first ones who's messaged me, say congratulations, आपने status पे डाला, and I got a call from her father, and I was like so happy कि आप लोगों के batch से, I think she was the one who, and she went for SSCW, you
Yes,
went for, तो सबकी देखो entries अलग हैं, सब कुछ अलग है. So
yes,
personalities are so different, but SSB procedure remains the same. We keep giving that kind of tawajjuh. Shelley, you are one of those few ones whom I'm very proud of. Rather, I'm proud of my all my mentees, but you are the one of those few ones who started an entrepreneurship journey with your own sister.
yes sir.
And there must be something, still you thought कि नहीं यार मेरे को वो छोड़ के मैं एक बार एसएसबी और एक बार ट्राई करूं.
Yes sir.
एंड जनरली ऐसे कि अगर डॉक्टर पे भरोसा हो तो 50% तो इलाज वैसे ही हो जाता है. सो आई रिमेम्बर व्हेन यू इनिशियली व्हेन वी टुक यू अंडर आवर विंग्स कि नहीं ठीक है आप साथ में चलो, then you had a very sense of calm. So how come this entrepreneurship journey and then appearing in SSB and now you're looking forward to joining the academy? Matlab, how has it been, the transition?
Well, I would like to add one more point that you have mentioned, like, regarding your comfort zone. So, like, in the whenever you are doing individual tasks, like, I have made sure that I am comfortable while doing those tasks.
Same.
In the interview, what happened? The AC in this interview. So what happened? The AC was like little.
Faulty. Okay.
Yes. So I was having cold. So I in the after he started the questions, and after one or two questions, I'm like, I was feeling cold. So I just said him that, sir, I'm feeling cold. So can you please turn down the AC? So he's like, okay, no issue, Shelly. So I made sure that I'm comfortable. Otherwise, in my previous interview, this happened. I was feeling cold and I was getting nervous again and again while giving my
Good.
interview.
Very nice.
Really cool. So this time I made sure in all my individual tasks,
Let me just halt you here. What encouraged you to be yourself this time?
sir, this time, like, what I felt after taking your classes, uh, this time I felt like I am giving everything for this SSB, but somewhere I'm not doing that in a correct manner. Like, I'm not myself while doing those tasks and everything. So this time I made sure that I am there and I should be like doing things in a correct manner. Also, be myself what I am, not to pretend anything in the interview and in any of the tasks.
Let me
So
hold you again and ask you ki what encouraged you? You appeared, this is the sixth time, and what
yes,
encouraged you this time to be yourself? I'm sure you must have got a similar kind of advice earlier or not. I don't know. So what encouraged you to be yourself?
sir, like, what encouraged me to be myself is that being yourself, if you are being yourself, then you don't have to, like, pretend anything, or you don't have to, what I say, I'm not getting the proper word,
आपको
but
superficial, आपको fake नहीं करना कुछ.
यस सर, आपको फेक नहीं करना पड़ता, और आपको नहीं आता ना तो आप मतलब इट्स वो नहीं करते हो, झिझक नहीं करते हो.
Good, good,
यस,
good.
तो नहीं आता है, सो यू एक्सेप्ट इट.
So
But
were we able to help you anywhere in that? Sorry, I'm asking you this point blank because, there are a lot of people who will be watching our
yes,
conversation, and I want to convey this message through you. I'm getting at that. So what encouraged you to be yourself this time? And it's a big statement actually by you, somebody like you who's already appeared earlier, and
yes,
now she's recommended again. What
yes.
encouraged you to be yourself?
So this is what like I have learned from your classes, like the way my interviewer told me to be a little encouraging. You should be happy what you have lived. So and that's what will come into your conversation, and you will be happy while talking about yourself. So that then only will be your conversation encouraging. So that's what inspired me. Also, about your videos, the way you have told me about how where I'm doing wrongs and where are my data points, what are all things required, because I am doing it in my way, but that correct way, is that a correct way of doing it? So that's what you have told me.
Really, can I ask you a very personal question?
Yes sir, sure.
जब मैं तेको टोकता था शुरू में तेको बुरा लगता था ना क्योंकि मेरी तो यार अंग्रेजी अच्छी है फिर सर क्यों बोल रहे हैं बी ऑनेस्ट हाँ आई कुड सी ऑन योर फेस
So,
शुरू शुरू में
इट्स लाइक कि थोड़ा बहुत मुझे लगा कि गलत क्या है इस चीज, मतलब गलत क्या है? फिर then you have mentioned about everything, so that's what has helped me.
and when I called up your uncle और मैंने बोला उसको बोलो वो बात नहीं कर रही है मेरे से and then you would have literally and I saw your DP today and your nice snow that thing it took me back to that first week of February जब मैं कहाँ है सर उसका 10 तारीख पे वो क्या है वो परेशान नहीं हम परेशान होते
Sir,
yeah please go.
whenever I was there, so I made sure कि मैं 5:30 तक I came to my apartment and take those
I
classes.
know I know you could have मतलब I know you would have been cursing me then कि यार घूमने भी नहीं दे रहे हैं और मैं सही तो हूँ सही तो कर रही हूँ but see today you are the happiest person I think
Yes,
you are happier than me and we are obviously happy for you
yes, sir.
and so great Shelley this is so let me circle back to that same question कि
Yes.
you are an entrepreneur now and then you are now looking forward for this SSB what do you think what does SSB recommendation does to you as a person, be it any entrepreneurship, corporate ladder, being a student, is it only about joining the armed forces or it is much more than that? What does SSB recommendation does for you?
Sir, SSB recommendation. First of all, I got so happy after my recommendation, but the documentations and everything, medicals and everything, तो उसके बाद लगता ही नहीं है that you got recommended. वो feeling ही नहीं आती है
वो
उसके
हम
बाद.
फौज में ना सबको ग्राउंड पे ले आते हैं उसके बाद
अगर आपने प्लस टेस्ट नंबर पहन लिया है तो भी आपके पास इतना सारा वहां पे डॉक्यूमेंटेशन होता है, मेडिकल्स वगैरह, यू हैव टू मेक श्योर यू आर फिट इन दैट. तो वो सारा वो फीलिंग ही खत्म हो जाती है घर आते आते कि यू गॉट रिकमेंडेड. फिर देन यू वो ग्रुप बनता है सबका एंड रिकमेंडेड कैंडिडेट्स का, फिर वो पूछते हैं सब फिट है या नहीं. देन यू फील लाइक यस वी गॉट रिकमेंडेड. फिर उसके बाद थोड़ा फीलिंग आता है कि हाँ, बट फिर वापस मेरिट की टेंशन की मेरिट आएगी नहीं आएगी, बिकॉज आजकल सब एंट्रीज में ऐसा ही हो रहा है कि ज्यादा
Correct.
रिकमेंडेशन एंड मेरिट कम होती है.
No, but
तो
today, sorry, yeah, please go ahead.
यू कंटिन्यू.
No, please. So what I was asking was कि now you see obviously वो tension तो है ही है. Uh, no, there'll be a lot of friends of yours. सब में से कि यार मुझे तो फौज ज्वाइन नहीं करनी, मेरा तो चश्मे का नंबर है, मेरा ये है, मुझे वो है. But if you have to give one message to somebody, कि what does SSB recommendation? Because it's the toughest interview in the world today. You are scrutinized so thoroughly, and this is one interview जहाँ पे you can't be anybody else. You have to be yourself. So, but what does this tag of recommendation, SSB recommended? You're an entrepreneur now. So, how do you think it will help you? God forbid if you don't make it in the metro. God forbid. I know it will not happen. But will it give you anything else? Will it give you anything? It will help you in any way?
Yes, sir. Obviously, like this SSB recommendation is going to help me in a lot of ways. First of all, I learned about myself through my SSB's interviews. That's what we don't do in our usual life. Usual life. After this interview, we introspect our performance and we like improve accordingly. So that's what has helped me a lot. And secondly, SSB, if you get, because this is a 5-day procedure and there is no exam in this whole world that that happens in this way. So, and it takes out all that is inside you. Either you pretend, but they will get to know about you. So you can't fake it. And you get to know about yourself as well through this procedure. And this recommendation is going to help me in lot of ways, because I got recommended for Indian Navy. That's a very big thing. If I apply in corporate, if I am doing my personal things also, that is going to help me a lot through this recommendation. And right now I'm opening a clothing brand, and that in that too also I'm like about I got to know about myself also through this clothing about this from this interview, and through this whole procedure. So it is not like you have given SSB, you get recommended and you don't get into merit. That does not mean that the whole process is wasted. You learned about yourself, you learned about things, and you learned about defense forces.
Correct.
So that's is
If I
how I
tell me if I'm putting it correctly, the moment you start, क्योंकि आप किसी भी इंटरव्यू के लिए तैयारी करते हो, तो आप उसके बारे में, you go through a process.
yes
Obviously, you've gone through a process and you appeared in that interview. So if there is a process which is self-revealing, because आज तो even in a as a teenager अगर आप किसी को कुछ बोलते हो यार ये गलत है वो सही है, तो बोलेगा अच्छा आपको सब कुछ पता है,
yes
but then there is a process. If there's a data-driven process, then you come to know कि ये मेरी strength है, ये मेरी weakness है. So you go to entrepreneurship, you go to corporate, you go to anywhere. You get that sense कि अच्छा ये मेरी strength है, ये मेरा blind spot है, ये मेरी weakness है, and
yes
that will be able to help you.
yes
Great,
sir.
great, Shelly. If there are three things that you want to convey to the people who will be watching or appear, who are planning to appear, who are in 12th standard. So I'll be dividing into two parts. Three things for somebody who is now planning to appear, and three things for somebody who's in 12th standard. They may not be joining 11th, 12th standard, who may not be, because we've just started for 11th, 12th standard. We've done it for almost 100 plus students now. So in fact it came as वो कौन सी मूवीज में बोलता है डेजा चू हो रहा है मेरे को कि पता चल रहा है अपने बारे में 11th standard students are also doing it. So three
Yes.
things for both of them, three things for people who are appearing and three things for people who do not want to appear. What do you want to tell them?
So the first part is three things for those who are preparing for this after their graduation, or anyway they are preparing for it. So first of all, the first advice that I would like to give them is be yourself while giving while giving your interviews and everything. Be yourself and be comfortable while doing all those tasks. And second advice that I would like to give to them is be confident while giving those tasks, because if you are not being yourself, then you won't be confident enough while giving. And third advice that I would like to give to them is take guidance before going to the interview. Because yeah, if you go without any knowledge and you are going there just for a fun, then there might be possibilities that you don't get recommended. And yes, they are looking for freshers as well, but if you perform according to them, according to the requirement, then only you will get recommended. So take guidance and perform accordingly, what in that situation, according to the situation. But taking guidance will help you only for the
I'll just add a particular word, taking the right guidance.
yes
I think that will make a lot of difference for them. And Shelly, like you would have also realized that in SSB, nobody is looking for something stereotyped.
yes sir
They are just looking for somebody, like आपने पहले बोला, first advice, be yourself. So they are looking for somebody who is pure. So even
yes
if it's a fresher, repeater, आप कैसे भी जाइए, it doesn't really matter. It matters that you are portraying a true self of yours. Because once you get caught, फिर वो spiral उसमें आप चले जाओगे, and you will get.
yes
I think you also did. And some advice for children who are in 11th, 12th standard, who are now, who think कि यार नहीं ये मेरे बस का नहीं, मैं तो अपने engineering करूंगा या करूंगी जो भी है. And what advice would you give? Should they be preparing for SSB? Should they appear in SSB or not? And if they should appear, what is the reason for them to appear, even if they don't want to join the armed forces?
sir. For them, I would like to advise them that giving SSB will be no harm for them, but they even get to know about themselves and they will realize some things about themselves. So giving SSB is not a harm. It is always a good side to give SSB. So I would like to advise them that they should appear for SSB once. It is not mandatory for them to appear twice or thrice, but if they like generate interest in that, then they should appear for SSB. And like SSB is going to help them in lot of ways. Like through our psychology test, through our interview, through our GTO, they will get to know about themselves only, how to perform in a group, how to perform while you're doing it individual task, and how your psychology is. So that's what I believe. And like the procedure also for 12th and 11th standard, they have to give NDA first, and then they have to appear for the SSB. So NDA exam is going to help them. Like the exam procedure is little difficult. At my times, there was no NDA for girls. So now they have started. So, and training procedure is also great.
Yeah.
Like they got to learn about so many things while doing training.
They keep learning to live to learn.
Yes.
And absolutely, I think Shelley, you have summarized it very nicely, because somebody who doesn't even want to join the armed forces, this particular process, they don't have to give out some part of their life to, prepare for it. They're already preparing for competitive exams or anything for that matter. But this will give them additional confidence, even if colleges and everybody today is interviewing the students.
Yes.
Everybody getting 100 percentile today. So
Yes.
what is making you stand out is what the key is.
Yes, sir. They are
And
preparing for JE and
yeah,
yes,
correct.
NEET exam. So this is nothing other than those exams. It
Correct.
is I like that exam only. So if they have given this exam, they get passed, they should give SSB. There
Correct.
is no.
Correct. Thank you so much, Shelly. I can't thank you enough. You've taken out time from your busy, being a fresh entrepreneur. You're helping your sister out, and you've taken out time to speak to us. I'm sure this will go a long way in educating our viewers also, and they'll be and informing people who are little in the dark कि क्या करें, क्या ना करें. There's so many YouTube channels. There's so many other media of getting information. But generally, like I say, कि
Yes,
all the information overload mat karo. Sift your information, get it correct, and then don't go to 10 places. Choose the right mentor, follow
yes,
that person, and I'm sure you'll be a star. All
yes.
the best, Shelly,
But
and yeah, please.
mentioned about the right guidance, because right guidance is only going to help you in any aspect of your life.
Correct.
He- it's not just about SSB only, in any other task also.
True.
Right guidance is what going to help you.
True.
So that's what I get from Invincio.
No, thank you so much. And we are happy to have a person like you, who was we could be part of your journey. You trusted us. That is what, makes the difference between a mentor and a mentee. And हमसे ही बहुत मेहनत कराई तुमने. And you have also worked hard. But then that is what, at the end of the day, happiness is what matters.
Yes.
All the best, Shelly. And I'll just wait for your merit list. You've always been an active participant. Keep smiling, be the way you are, and you are as such a star. So I don't have to say that. All the best. Take
Yes.
care.
I hope I will make it in Barrett.
You will. Take care. Bye.
First one, I'm going to inform is you.
I'll be really looking forward to it. I'll be honored. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thanks. Okay. All the
Thank you,
best.
sir. Thank
Bye. Your smile says
Thank
it all. All the best. Bye.
Bye, sir. Have a good night.
Same to you. Same to you. Bye.